Hi, my name is BB, and this is video number 3 of... I don't have a college degree, but I do love the art and the job and the career of teaching. Kindergarten to 12th grade, some preschool. I don't have a college degree. I'm not completely self-taught. But I can't afford college, so I do what I can with YouTube and libraries and Amazon to teach myself little things and to have the resources to be able to refer to when I need them, when I want them, when I feel like it. I'm going to take off my glasses. Slightly better, but not by much. Forgive my lack of eye contact. I suck at that. So, to begin, we have a World Atlas from Rand McNally, my most recent purchase, actually. It is designed for grades 9 through 12. Could a middle schooler use this? Yes. It's more of a reference book than lessons or work text. So yeah, I'd say more so 8th grade and up, because that would be age appropriate. But say for 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, you might want something, I don't know, a little bit more designed for middle school. Has a lot of facts and numbers. Here's longitudes and, nope, largest islands. Map. Countries and flags. North America. For all people like me who live in the US and North American continent. And as you can see, it provides different types of maps and reference pages and different categories. Climate, population. Has these thicker textbook pages. Land cover and land use. Glaciers. Political map. And a physical map. Canada. Political map. Your highways, interstates. You got your physical map, mountains, ocean, Washington State, that's where I live. You got your weather maps. Washington State again. Up there. You go through, you see more maps, more maps, more maps. You have Europe. You have different chapters for each continent. Australia is actually a part of Oceania in this book. I can find it. There it is. I call this Oceania, but the IA kind of tricks me. I am educated, I am literate, but when I was in high school, they didn't use this term. They just use South Pacific or Australia and neighboring islands. Again, my high school years were 2005 to 2009, so perhaps things have changed. And it's 2020 right now. This book was published in November, printed November 19, published in 2017. So, One thing that has already happened in 2020, I guess one could say, to be included in an atlas of history or in climate, would be the wildfires of Australia. That's what I think a lot of these educational book publishing companies should include in their next editions. The Australian wildfires that really shut down majority of society, as well as greatly impacting the wildlife population of emus, kangaroos, ostriches, alligators, and koalas. Okay. This is Saxon Math 5.4, student edition of the Hake-Saxon edition. Not the Robinson edition, not the Larson edition. The Hake-Saxon edition. Now, I bought this at a Goodwill in Tillamook, Oregon. About 6 or 7 months ago. On a road trip. We stopped by a Goodwill just to kind of stretch our legs, get out of the car. We bought a few things, and I found this book in the book section, and I'm like, hell yeah! And there are actually 2 copies of these. But I just got one, because who needs 2 copies? I left the other one for hopefully someone else who could benefit. I find this interesting. I never had Saxon Math as a kid, but I knew the name. Because I maybe had seen some Saxon Math textbooks when I was in school in the 90s and early 2000s. I can't tell you where. Because I don't remember what school or where I saw Saxon Math books, but my gut feeling is that I did see some Saxon Math books, but maybe they were in a book room. Maybe they were in a closet being cleaned out at the end of the school year. Maybe they were on a bookshelf full of other math textbooks and curriculum. I'm not quite sure. I've only flipped through the pages once. I haven't done any math problems, and amazingly, look at that. So it's definitely used. See? And some of the pages have bends in them, but this was never written in. At least this part wasn't. So, most likely it was a spare from maybe a homeschooling family, maybe a church that had a homeschool library section, maybe a public school, maybe a private school. Maybe it was used as a spare, and amazingly, it lucked out in the terms of not having any of this scribbled, damaged, or written in. So you can see there is some wear and tear to the pages. Now, Saxon, from what I understand, this was published in 2004. It's interesting. It's new-ish. And in good condition for its age. From what I understand about Saxon is that kindergarten to 3rd grade are single grade leveled, and then grades 4 through 8 are more or less split leveled, which I think implies flexibility. I could be wrong, but I could be right. So they start 4-3, 5-4, 6-5, 7-6, and 8-7. And there are different brands, different designs of Saxon Math. This is the Hake-Saxon version. There's also a Nancy Larson version and a Robinson version. So, these are topics and math concepts that are covered in this book. Doesn't mean that these same concepts are covered, say, in Jump at Home, or in Singapore, or in Math Mammoth. Or in McGraw-Hill Go, or in Common Core, or other versions of Saxon Math may not cover these exact topics in the same order, or in the same sections, or in the same grade level. But those aforementioned brands of math, I would like to get some books in, at least maybe one book of every brand. I mean, you can't just say, oh, 4th grade math, they're doing fractions, multiplication, division. There's more to it than that. I don't remember doing really much of this at all in school. Mean, median, range, mode. I think I did that in 4th grade. When I was in 4th grade, I remember mean and median, a lot of fractions, complicated multiplication, long division into the 100,000s, doing tables and word problems and graphs and schedules, and I think conversion table units of measurement, all different types of measurement, as well as liquid and fluid measurement. Look at that, Roman numerals through 39. Why not through 50? 50 makes more sense. I don't even know what 50 is in Roman numerals. But I remember doing Roman numerals in 6th grade. Remember, solve every problem in every practice set, every problem set, every investigation. Do not skip. And so here's lesson 1. What it shows you is the example. And it shows you the new concept you will learn. Continued, more examples, solutions. That's a lot of reading, but especially with a teacher, and probably a lot of manipulatives. Continues, and then it begins with the practice. Now, yeah, 5 plus 6 looks like you could do that in kindergarten, but then it switches over to 4 plus 5 plus 6. And then write 2 number sentences for this picture to show the commutative property. So 2 dice. This one is 2 and this one is 4. I don't know how to write 2 sentences for that. I've never been very good at abstract math. That was always my struggle. I could remember my multiplication tables and PEMDAS and very basic facts and lots of examples, but I couldn't come up with sentences off the top of my head for making up word problems on the spot. Beginning algebra, adding variables. Drills, problem sets. Lots of pluses instead of multiplying. Show 6 ways to add 2, 3, and 4. And it just continues. And continues. There's some money math right there with 2-digit numbers. Clock math. Adding fractions and dollars and cents. I understand that. Kind of. Geometry. Geometry. Naming mixed numbers, 2 forms of money. Division. Pretty much self-explanatory. This is what Saxon looks like in one model of Saxon. This is a textbook that is used in the classroom rather than in homeschool, but yes, would I use this for future homeschooling my kids or other people's kids if I ever get a teaching degree? Yes, I would. It's very self-explanatory. It's very straight to the point. I don't see any unnecessary info. There's no unnecessary distractions. There's no cheesy doodles. There's no cheesy cartoony clip art you see in, little kid elementary school worksheets with bad cartoon drawings of little kids doing whatever, bouncing a ball, riding a bike. Lessons just go on and on and on. There's a lot of teacher reading. There's student reading. There's more lessons. Ooh, symmetry. This is not a workbook. This is a textbook. It's very basic, straight to the point. I have no qualms against this book. Wants me to compare 9/20ths to 1/2. I don't know how, because 9 is only divided by itself, or 3, or 1. So the numerator would be 3 over 18.2. I don't know. Oh, wait. But then 3 over 18 is equal to 1/6. How do you make 1/6 into 1/2? I have no freaking clue. Make it a 3? I'm probably doing it wrong. Fractions are not my strong suit. Round 5 3/8 to the nearest whole number. How about no? Apple math. Word problems. More word problems. Common denominators. Subtract. Reduce when possible. 3 7/8, 1 1/4. 2. 14 over 4. 2 over 4. That's 10 over 4. That's 2 and 10 over 4. That's 5 over 2. That's 2 and 5 seconds. Or 5 halves. 5 over 2 would be simplified to 1 and 1/3. No, 5 and 2. See, I struggle. I don't know. Roman numerals. But what's 50? It's 50C. I think 50 is C. Oh, look. I'm wrong. 50 is L. See, I don't know my Roman numerals, and I don't know football either. Base 5. More problems. More problems. More drills. More word problems. Geometry. Index. So basically, that's Saxon. in a nutshell.